Good morning, Oregon. Early morning, at least in my eyes. We are approaching Crater Lake. Walking up to one of their many viewpoints right now. First time here, so. And there she is. Massive round lake formed when an even more massive supervolcano collapsed into itself. Pretty freaking crazy. Head up this way, see if we can get a slightly better view. Wow. Quite amazing. Phew, that's a long way down. It's probably hard to tell. You can see the trees getting tinier and tinier as they go down there. Whew. Damn. Pretty breathtaking. So cool. Snapped a few glamour shots of the van. Never escape the bugs. So this is the view off to the west, kind of into Oregon. Crater Lake is to my backside at the moment. See what looks to be a little house or cabin, possible ranger station up there on Watchman Peak, that you can actually hike up to. Saw some people taking off to go up there. As you can see, it's quite a hill. I think I'm gonna pass on it. This information board here talking about the supervolcano that erupted to create this lake, Mount Mazama, some 7,700 years ago. And here right in the middle of the little island is actually its own volcano. I didn't even know that. If you look closely, you can kind of tell. It's got that little mini crater at the top there. Volcano within a volcano, apparently. There's the deepest point over here, just shy of 2,000 feet. This is the deepest lake in the country. One of the deepest in the world. In fact, it is that depth that lends to its overall clarity and blue. That and the fact that there are no rivers in or out of this lake. So no contaminants are able to get in. It's all snow melt and rain. Nothing more. These guys look to be getting ready for a long hike. And it makes sense because this trail actually, you can take it the entire length around the lake. It's got to be a tremendously long one. But like I said, these guys look like they're gearing up for a pretty long one. So, God, that'd be pretty crazy to circle this entire lake. I believe it's 5 miles by 6 miles. So, good size lake. Figure take the average radius, times it by 2 pi. Get yourself a circumference of definitely over 17 miles. Figure more than that even with, zigzagging a bit on the trail. So it's definitely not a day hike. It's a good one. These guys are probably pros. Now the weather and that morning haze starting to really clear up now. Getting for some much more beautiful views of the lake here. Getting close to about noon local time. Man, it's crazy when you look down. It almost plays tricks on your eyes, like you're looking up at the sky. As you can see, though, the sky is significantly less blue. Like, way bluer here. Kind of similar, though. It's weird. There is quite a bit of hiking offered in this area. Pretty much everywhere you stop has like a few trails kind of going up to different viewpoints, but gotta admit, the ones you can just drive up to are pretty ridiculous. Everywhere you go, there's just these amazing viewpoints, like pretty much right where you can park your car even, too. The reflection of the surrounding mountains is almost perfect. shit, even from here, like I'm pretty much right up on the cliff that goes to the lake. Van is right there. As you can see, there is tons of parking. Got a lodge over yonder. And the lake right there. Deepest and the clearest lake in the world. And they actually measure, of course the depth, but the clarity as well. They've got these devices, there's all kinds of information about it where they lower a colored thing into the water and measure how far deep it goes. And Crater Lake does hold the world record for it, for clarity of water. That's why it comes out so blue looking, because all the other lights get filtered out and nothing but the perfect blue reflects back up at you. Quite nice. Working our way south through Oregon now. Crazy how green the rest of these waters look after Crater Lake. This is the Rogue River. Just kind of pulled off. Saw a nice looking bridge, a little viewpoint. Figured I'd check it out. Always enjoy a good bridge crossing. Over here where the Rogue River forms the Lost Creek Reservoir. Looks to be a pretty good spot and a pretty good day for some boating activities. Man, I cannot get over the color difference of the water. Let's do a little before and after from Crater Lake. I mean, it's hard to believe it's in the same part of the world. Good look at the rather secluded valley where I passed the evening. Found myself a little unmanned campsite. This one caught my eye because it's right next to a river, the Illinois River, and according to Google Maps, there's even the Illinois River Falls somewhere just down here. I'm gonna hike down there and see if I can't find it. The road looks a little treacherous. Getting pretty close. Water looks a little not waterfall-y. This looks to be the path down here. Winding down this way. Trail is just littered with these manzanita trees. Don't usually know too many native plants, but this one I can always recognize because of this ridiculous red bark. Quite a unique feature. Up there's the trail I came in on. Had to make my way down through these rocks. Certainly given my flip-flops a test today, but they're holding up strong. Made it to the falls. Opens back up into this canyon here. So this is the Illinois River. Certainly not in Illinois, we're still in Oregon. That is what it's called. Wow, not 30 seconds after I said that. Jeez. Yep. There goes my flip-flop. And there is no salvaging that on the way back to the car. Yeesh. Oh man, that's such a bummer about the flip-flop. That's gonna be a tough one. I'm like a mile from the campsite, so gonna have to Cody Lundeen it back there. Just hope my bare feet tough out. It's mostly dirt, but this rocky stretch, my feet aren't built for that. But we'll just take it slow and say ouch and curse like a lot. But just I got to enjoy a nice little scene of nature first. It's quite bizarre how calm this river gets once it spreads out a little. It's just a couple 100 feet from the falls. Oh, getting close to the campsite. The most pleasant hike, but like I say, the old dogs are holding up okay so far. I do have a little Cody Lundeen in me. I don't like how that came out at all. I know it's not the typical scene associated with the state, but we are back in California. Good to be home, sort of. Actually, way up at the very top of the state. Crescent City. Pretty lovely beaches, even on a gray day like this. See if I can't find myself a way to get down there. Break from the wind down here next to this big rock wall. Can't tell, it's not warm at all. It's been hot everywhere I've been on this 4-day excursion. Even up at pretty close to the top of Mount Hood, probably 10,000 feet in elevation. Still hot, but man, as soon as I got to Crescent City, got out of my van, instantly had to put on a jacket. It's late July. Go figure. 10 minutes east of here in the Redwoods, it was quite sunny, but that marine layer, no joke up here this far north. Definitely gets pretty cold, but it's good to be back. Some familiar beaches, that cool island out there. This always reminds me of Star Wars, Last Jedi, and Force Awakens. It's featured in both of those. Luke's Island. Kind of hard to tell from this far out, but it's got that very similar rocky kind of point with like a little valley with grass in the middle. It's kind of close. Glad I got to check out the beach here once I finally made it back to the coast. But got some fam here in town, about to go visit, rest up for a bit. So, over and out.